as a joint venture from APMC, like Karnataka and NCDEX has given the software, the extent of utilization of infrastructure created through REM, analyze the awareness allowed through REMs by farmers. So the extent of utilization will also include another part, which is like what may be the constraints, after results, what may be the constraints, like whether they are, why, if they are using, like to what extent they are using, if they are not, what is the reason they are not using, both from traders as well as from farmers. And the second includes to analyze the awareness of trading practices followed through REMs by farmers. And third one, to know the action and price realization between physical trading through REMs. It will include mainly taken as a secondary data here. And the fourth one is to analyze the constraints in adoption of REMs, because we have to give suggestions like how better it can be done. So the study area what I have selected is Davangere and Chamanagar districts, and the purposely selected for the study because once my study will get selected, then I have to ask Nabard people which area they are interested, they want to focus on. Then we will take which crop should be selected and the which area should be selected. And the sampling procedure includes the primary data. It's through personal interview method with the help of pre-tested schedules. And the sample size will be farmers of 30 numbers, traders 15 numbers, total of 45 sample in each district. So it contains mainly of 90 samples from 2 districts. And the analytical tools and the techniques what I have used is descriptive statistics, mainly to know the to suggest the first objectives, to analyze the extent of utilization as well as for awareness. So the statistical tool used are descriptive statistics, mean, median, mode, percentage and standard deviation, to examine the socio-economic profile of respondents like age, education, family size, type of family, extent of utilization and the infrastructure. And the Garrett's ranking technique is mainly for analyzing the constraints faced by farmers and traders in UMP trade. And the secondary data will be obtained from Krishi Marata Vani website as well as APMCs. And if possible, like when I went the office, they are not ready to give the data REMs because it's a private limited. They have asked us to go for APMCs, or we have to get a official permission from Nabard to give the secondary data. So mainly I'll go to Krishi Marata Vahini website as well as KSAM, the Karnataka State Agricultural Marketing Board, for to analyze the volume of transaction and price realization between physical trading and the trading through REMs. This is the total overview of my thesis, and hope this will help the Nabard officials like in realizing them.
No, physical trading.
So we have. I was thinking of meeting the traders who are not into, like the APMC lot itself. Then we can get physical traders, not exactly the one who is into.
There's nothing like physical trading.
Okay.
And these are bidding only.
Okay.
And so they may be registered for REMS is the software.
Okay.
So some might have registered for this online trade through REMS. Some maybe it is e-tender anyways is happening. So REMS software only is used.
Yes,
so that you have to clarify.
Okay.
Then you have said extent of utilization of infrastructure.
Yes, ma'am.
So what infrastructure other than software REMS is providing?
It is providing. The other is like
APMC is providing or REMS is providing?
APMC, when the APMC was set, no ma'am, like the physical infrastructure was there. Like after the introduction of REMS, even they have started some initiatives in the APMCs. So their initiatives mainly includes maybe the assaying laboratories, ma'am.
Assaying laboratory.
Assaying
That is also through APMC.
APMC, yeah, they are providing area
labs.
Labs, but after the this when the REMS has started in APMCs, no, after the initiatives like primary value addition, e-permit, and online payment and assigned laboratories has been introduced when after the REMS has been introduced to the APMCs. So, to what extent they are utilizing, as well as they have the proposal for cold storages as well as warehouses, ma'am. So that information also I have to get. Mainly, first we have to document what and all the infrastructure is given, like from the APMCs as well as from REMS. Then to what extent I may be using 3-point continuum or the percentage method. That I have to discuss with my guide again.
And this one regarding infrastructure, as I already told you, REMS has particular requirement
Okay.
to do online trade. So every time they are saying, this aggregation is not happening, the assaying is not happening, all that. So that issue also you may have to bring out when you say constraints. Be explicit.
Okay, ma'am. Because
On
when
those
I
lines.
went through the statistics, ma'am, from
Mm.
2013 to 14 and from 2016-17, it has been drastically decreased from maybe 1,24,000 quintals of red gram to maybe like 64,000 quintals, which is
Yeah.
because so much of difference is there.
Yeah, that one is a crop, there was crop failure,
Yes, ma'am.
not last year, before.
Yes.
Another thing is, if you have this kind of online transaction in one market, they go to smaller markets now.
Yes, ma'am.
So many smaller markets have developed. Okay, that aspect, of course, you are not saying. Maybe we should see.
Yes, ma'am.
Earlier there was no transaction, but now it is trading. So
Because there is also a hypothesis, no, ma'am,
Mm.
like when we just register for e-payment
Mm.
or the online trading, it all will come in whites and the
Mm.
tax exemptions. The
Mm,
traders
that's
doesn't
right,
want to
that's
pay
right,
the
yeah.
tax. So that hypothesis is there. That's why
Mm.
they are not even preferring this thing. That's
Mm.
the major thing.
Yeah.
And also, like if the margin is very less, like when you pay through online
Mm.
as well as through the traders, like local traders, and the margin is 1 rupee, 2 rupees. If it is per kg,
Mm.
then I don't think they will prefer e-trading
Yeah.
because of lots of
Yeah.
procedures.
Yes, wherever the farmers groups are strong,
Yes, ma'am.
they insist on this.
Yes.
Otherwise, people don't worry about it.
Yes, ma'am. So
That's right.
that I want to include in constraints.
Mm.
Yeah, that is.
ನಿಮ್ದೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಇದೆಯಾ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್?
ನಮ್ದು ಹೌ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೇರ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಓಕೆ ದೇ ಗಾಟ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈಡ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಮೆಥಡಾಲಜಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. Nabard will be funding. Okay, when you come for the curriculum, then how it is contribute for our subject? Because the thesis will be submitted to us.
When I have framed objectives, no sir.
Huh.
First when I framed it was of completely economical and marketing point of view was there.
Okay.
And when I started documentation and this thing, then this told like extent of utilization may come in our extension point of view, like, and the awareness, the volume of transaction is the thing what actually
Marketing, yeah, sure.
secondary
Yeah,
data
right.
we are taking. The other two will include the primary data.
Okay.
And the proposals what we got from Nabard, that also includes mainly the marketing and the economics point of view.
She can include knowledge
Yes, ma'am.
side.
Yes, yeah, that
For
I can
extension.
include. Yes, ma'am.
You can bring it,
Yes.
So you can, that's what second objective, you can put it as knowledge.
Knowledge,
There are two different types of knowledge: awareness knowledge,
Mm.
how to do knowledge, and skill oriented. So those things you can.
Yeah. To
Plan.
what extent you
Yes.
may have a list of
Okay.
things to be known. To what extent farmers
Okay.
know about it. Traders also may, both
Yes.
participants may.
Yes, ma'am. And also we can include there are so many trainings
And also you can add up suggestions also in the fourth one, apart from constraints. What could be, what modification they can bring in to overcome the existing
You
problems.
call it constraints or what is the, you say challenges?
Constraints and
Constraint,
suggestions. Constraints and suggestions. Okay.
Because you SWOT, now you have SWOT known rather than SWOT.
SWOT.
They call it challenges. That's it. Then in the advisory we can.
Okay. Yes,
we can,
once it is cleared,
more
then
query,
there should be synonymous between the sync between the
Yeah.
Nabard expectation and department
That's
expectation.
right. That's right.
That has to be synced.
The officials must.
Thing is that sometimes we will get the clearance from the funding agency, but if it is not suiting with the department expectation, so then
that's
it
why
will be a
you add
conflict.
knowledge, because extension people will be,
Yes.
more concerned about.
So,
Traders and farmers or market participants.
and there can be some similarity between the utilization and adoption. And at the last subject you are telling adoption, first subject you are telling
She's
utilization.
saying constraints.
No, constraints about adoption.
Okay.
So here first,
Implementation of
so whether
REMS.
utilization itself is adoption, that can be thought over.
Yes, like we have a separate in utilization also we are going to include
So
separate.
with
There
technologies we say that adoption.
Adoption. This will be
Here also,
implementation of REMS.
here also you can put it as a utilization.
Okay, sir. Constraints in utilization.
Utilization or implementation.
So in that case, REMS services it will be
REMS
services of a REMS
services of REMS.
utilization.
Okay. All the best.
Okay.
Thank you
All
so
the best.
much.
Thank you.
Taught me so much. Bye.